Hey guys, let's go to discuss what is the hedonism. Let's go to look at the table of the contents. The first one is score, a second one is introduction what is the hedonism, and second one is how about a talk about the psychologists to the hedonism, and the third one is how to consider about hedonism. Okay, the first one is score. First of all, let's look at where did hedonism come from. Hedonism, organized from Asa school action chase, is the most widespread philosophy, but people understand a bit of. But people are surprised to realize that this is not the case. We now think of hedonism as people who are always in pursuit of several pleasure. What need to understood it is in the idea of the hedonism the most wonderful and high life of human beings should be a good day full of suggestions and sustainable enjoyment, with as little misery and possibility. 19th century British philosopher developed a basic principles of hedonism from their anti-Turing action theory. The formula of hedonism is the value of anti-Turingism. All actions are based on giving the great pleasure to the greater number of people. And second one, let's go to introduce what is the hedonism. Hedonism is a motivational doctrine that emerged in the 19th century. It is an important school of the formation of dynamic psychology. It is believed that human behavior is caused by people's desire to seek pleasure and avoid suffering. Bentham what is force of formulates and general principles of psychology called hedonism. For example, Trondheim discovered the law of effect in the cage experiment in 1998. Actions that immediately lead a please leave a good impression and repeat. An action that immediately lead to pain leave a bad impression and repeat. It also superiors. Present hedonism asserts that present pleasure is the highest correction of human behavior, and the purpose of human behavior is to seek present pleasure of accept present pain. The hedonism of 19th century and 18th century and 19th century concepts belongs to the hedonism of the future and hedonism of society. Bentham believed happiness is only good at individual and society, and all human actions and out of concern for their own interest. Try to explain all social behavior in terms and considers advantage of pain and pleasure. Third one, we'll talk about psychologists in hedonism. Then we come to hedonism and taught by different psychologists. First of all is Epicureanism. Epic's insular theory believed a happiness is the purpose of life and the highest internal good. However, different pleasures should be distinguished. Relieve the fear of goods and thirst. Control desires. Stay away from political affairs. Prudent measure and choose happiness and pain. And achieve physical healthy and peace of mind. This is purpose of life. That when we consider whenever an action is interesting, we must also consider its side of effects. Its pursuit of short-term pleasures. One must also consider the possibility of greater, longer-lasting, and more intense pleasures. A second one is basic inhex. The basic inherit theory holds this who makes good outcomes and evaluated solely by pleasure and pain, which is called hedonism. Then, the third point is doctrine of Aristotle. This that because we have pleasure and pain in our lives, we ought accordingly. We pursue that what gives us pleasure and avoid what is causes us pain. This view is called hedonism, and it is a basic of fields conceived of the idea or it. According the reinforcement, the concepts of hedonism is largely implicit. Last point is how to consider the hedonism for me. Okay, let me tell you what I think and how I think about hedonism. I think hedonism is not an extremely perceived except from the world. Hedonism is more about living in the moment, enjoying the occurrence of the moment. And nature-centric state, the occurrence of the present must be crossed by perverse effects of lack of effect. Only after effort can you be able to enjoy the present, whatever material of scripture. You can gain something, and then you can gain insight. Life is opposite and really, and it is impossible to feel pleasure. Historically, there are very few hermits living in the pursuit and happiness, and social impatience is even more difficult to form. As for the second case, hedonism is crowded by wealth in other extreme. I think it is called indulgence. Behind the indulgence is an inner pain and torment, which must be avoided in some way. So it cannot be called hedonism. To sum up, the definition of hedonism is to be able to live in the present moment, both spiritually and materially, and enjoy yourself. So that is hedonism. Okay, thanks for watching.